We have a very disturbing story about the death of a young American woman in Mexico and the search for answers from the people she was traveling with, people she says or thought were her friends. Shanquella Robinson died last month at a resort near Cabo, San Lucas. Now, Mexican prosecutors are trying to get an unnamed American woman extradited to Mexico to face the charges.
Welcome to Frankly Speaking, where we talk about current topics, old topic, any topic. I am Lady D.
And I am Lady P.
Today we're going to talk about Shanquella Robinson. This is a young lady from Charlotte. I'm sure you've all heard about her, seen the viral video. But this lady traveled to Cabo on October the 28th with 6 of her friends, and these were her college friends. They were going to Cabo to celebrate one of their birthdays. The last conversation she had with her mother was that they had a private chef coming in to fix a meal for them. Her mom did not know that would be the last time she would get to talk to her daughter. But she did say, she told her, "I love you." The next day, she was ill. One of them called the mother to say, "Your daughter has alcohol poisoning, she's sick." And mom just thought her daughter was having a hangover or something. And so the next day when they called the doctor out, doctor, medical staff, I'm not sure who actually went to the room, but a couple of reports said a doctor went in, arrived around 3 o'clock. She was stable. By 4 o'clock, her condition had worsened. They called an ambulance at about 4:20. About 5 o'clock, they were performing CPR. They say she had 14 rounds of CPR. They'd given her 5 doses of adrenaline, 6 AED shots, but nothing succeeded. She died. The part of the story that's also going viral is that the friends came back, told the mom it was alcohol poisoning. Later, we find out that one of the girls fought her and she didn't fight back. They put a video out on the internet and everyone's watching that video. Plus the fact that the autopsy report shows that she had neck and spinal injuries. And the next thing we know is the 6 quickly hopped on a plane before their vacation was supposed to end, and they came back to America, and of course they left Shanquella's body in Mexico. What we have now is that no one has been arrested for that crime. So what are your thoughts about that?
Well, I'm kind of surprised that no one has been arrested for the crime, because there was this video circulating around, and also people also knew who she went on the vacation with. And I guess a part of the reason they hadn't arrested nobody because those people have disappeared. They are no longer available. I don't know if they have lawyered up or what's going on with them, but there was some initial conversations about things. Obviously on the video, you do see the one girl actually fighting her. So we at least know who that person was, but someone was taping it as well. So I don't think they're talking, or they're either not talking, they've shut down all their social media and everything, but those are the people who know what happened and who did what in that room. I got a feeling in the end, they'll be pointing fingers in all kinds of directions and everything.
Yes, these are supposed to be her friends. So one wonders why the friends won't speak up. I mean, they know something happened just by evidence of the video. We know something occurred. And by the autopsy report, we know something occurred. One of the worst things they could have done is to go into the mother's home and tell her that they were unaware of why she died other than the alcohol poisoning, and even said no one fought her when the sister mentioned that there were rumors that you all fought her over there in Mexico, and they said no. But once that video actually surfaced, they shut down all social media except for one guy. And the one guy said that he arrived a day late and that he was not there and he was unaware of what occurred. So what do you think, though, as far as the fault or guilt of everyone over there, since you did say that they were taking pictures? So do you think that it's more than one person who should be held accountable for her death, or just one person?
I think part of the problem is that this happened in Mexico versus United States. I think in the United States, it'd be clearly they probably arrest all those people that were in that room. They will all be guilty. You know, a lot of times, just like any crime, somebody shoots somebody, you in the car, all y'all guilty. You know, it's about association. But in Mexico, it may be a little different. And I think they have a hard time prosecuting this case, or getting somebody arrested because of the fact that it is in Mexico. But yes, I definitely think the young lady who was fighting with her, she's probably, to me, the highest suspect. But I also feel like them recording and watching her getting beat, watching her dying and not doing anything, also she gets some charges too. Maybe not as severe as the person who was fighting her, but just by that they were there and not rendering any kind of medical aid. I know you said they were rendering some kind of aid, but I'm not even sure about all. I mean, I don't know what happened. I mean, how long was it before they even called anybody? They probably sit around and talked about it for a while. Who knows the true timeline?
The friends weren't rendering the medical aid. The medical aid actually came from when they actually called a doctor to the scene. I guess at some point they probably said, we better get her some help. What's concerning is Mexico issued an arrest warrant for one person when, as you said, in America, we feel like more than one person's guilty. What I did hear from one lawyer was that the FBI is taking the case in Charlotte. The FBI is involved, but they're only involved to incidents that occurred before they went on the trip and incidents that occurred after the trip. So if they can get them on accessory to a crime after the fact, then they can hold them all accountable. But it's a dicey road, especially if everyone's quiet. But I'm pretty sure all 6 of those people have somehow obtained an attorney. And that attorney is advising them to be quiet, to shut down. I don't have any sympathy for them because they're not speaking up.
Correct. One of the things Mexico said, they have issued a warrant for someone's arrest. And my concern is, why haven't they arrested that person yet? They know who they are. We know who that person is. So what is the delay in getting that person to be arrested and sent to Mexico?
I think that the United States is trying to conduct their investigation. And probably when they talk to these 6 people, they are going to reveal what happened after we saw that video. Did someone else hit her, as people are alleging? Or are they going to go ahead and take the young girl, Dejanay, who is the one actually fighting her in the video? So that is one thing that I think they're not going to send anyone to Mexico unless they really feel strongly they're sending the right person. Now, Shanquella's father said he wanted justice. And for him, justice is sending her back to Mexico. So it looks like that might happen. It may be a while. And also, we hear reports that the Mexican prisons are inhumane. So I can see why they ran out of Mexico quickly. They were afraid to be in that foreign country.
Exactly. And I guess this story also tells you, do you know who your friends really are? What friend would do that to a friend? And so that's so sad. And that's a lot of the things that people are saying out of this story. Be careful who you associate with and know who your real friends are. Like the guy who was doing the recording, my understanding, he's gone on family vacations with them and everything. And he allowed one of his best friends to get beat up and knew she had alcohol in her system and she wasn't fighting back. So someone should have stopped it. But anyway, it's going to be a lot more coming out in this story. I can tell.
So we'll wait to see if someone actually gets sent to Mexico. If that warrant is, I said it's a warrant without a name. I guess they're waiting on the United States to fill in that name. Right now, it all points to the one who was doing the fighting, Dejanay. So we'll see. And we'll keep following up on this story. And we will make another video when someone gets arrested so we can carry this conversation on a little further.
One of the good things about this whole thing is that the community has come together and they've donated money for her and they gave her a very beautiful funeral. I really like the way they did her funeral. And, a lot of people have donated. They had over $350,000 on a FundMe page. I did hear they say once they get to 500,000, they're going to stop. But the whole thing is the whole world is coming out for this young lady, Shanquella Robinson.
But Kyrie Irving donated a lot of money to the fund. And again, that's really good because the mother and father will need help keeping this story alive. All the major news media has picked it up, but you still have to keep something alive in order for justice to take place in this case.
Exactly. I totally agree.
Well, I will say that in Mexico, they said that an arrest warrant with the charge of femicide was issued in the case of Shanquella Robinson. So that is the person they're looking for, and it's this femicide is the killing of a female. Mexico uses that. I also heard that Mexico, you actually consider guilty. In the United States, we're considered innocent until the trial. In Mexico, you're considered guilty until the trial, and that's why they keep you in prison until your court date. We'll see you in the next video. Hit the subscribe button and the bell so you'll be notified of new videos.